I felt called to come on here and share some wisdom. And I have been going through a lot of internal changes at the moment. And I think it's really important that I share with you the insides of what goes on when we're going through a change, because we can spend so much time comparing ourselves to others and belittling our journey or wondering when anything's going to change for us. And we have this energy of it's okay for them, things are happening for them and not for me. And we question the whole process, and we question the work that we're doing on ourselves and wondering when anything's going to change. This is a really normal part of the process. Now, I work with humans every single day as they are making changes. Sometimes they can make really big changes. Other times it's like an ice cube, and I love to use this analogy. So imagine when you pull out an ice cube and you look at it and nothing is changing. It's not melting, it's staying the same. And what makes that ice cube melt is you devoting to yourself, devoting to the change, and keep going even if you can't see changes. Think about that ice cube and how you suddenly see it melt, from not melting at all to melting. That is like your change. Now, someone's just commented, or we trust that it will when it's meant to. It's a process and the universe has your back. Absolutely, my love. It is a process, and I'm coming on here to really share with you the importance of falling in love with the journey. I had a beautiful session last week, somatic session with a client, and he had this idea that you'd get to this top of the mountain and you'd feel okay inside. Everything, you'd be at peace and everything would be okay. You'd be on that top of the mountain. And I shared with him to say, there is no top of the mountain. In this human experience, you're always going to be experiencing something. There's always an opportunity to change and grow, or to stay stagnant where you are, but then start to feel uneasiness with the stagnation. And until we can start falling in love with the devotion of showing up for ourselves every single day, showing up for that change, we are going to be sidetracked all the time. We're going to be pulled in lots of different directions. We are going to be tested to allow us to embody the tools that we're embodying. And it's about who we are becoming on the journey. And you will get these moments where something happens, a big challenge that you've been experiencing, and something feels different in your body. There's a change. It's very hard to describe, but you feel that this change that you have been working on has landed into your body. But to get to that point, you've had to put the reps in. You've had to put the self-awareness in. You've had to put the embodiment in. It does not happen overnight. You have days where, or even weeks or months, where you question everything. It's like, how I can describe for me is you're closing the door on a version of you who acted in certain ways based on belief systems, based on your programming. And then you're closing the door on them. And you are entering into a new door, but you're not fully there. You keep to-ing and fro-ing between the old door and the new door. The old door's not completely closed. And there'll be times where you slip into the old door, especially when you've had a bad day. I don't like to use the word bad or good, but challenging day. And it's easier for your mind and your body, and those old neural pathways, to act in the old version of you. But you act in that old version of you and it doesn't feel like it fits anymore. It doesn't feel like it doesn't provide you with the same comfort that it would have done before. Or your old ways of coping mechanisms don't fit you anymore. And it's very ungrounding. It's very unsettling. And you also have that level of heightened awareness now. So you see yourself acting in old ways and you're able to transition out of it quicker. And this is just like a constant seesaw between the two. And, in situations where you're triggered, because we need the triggers, we need the challenges to changes, we embody the new way of being, but it feels really uncomfortable. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of energy to create these new neural pathways and to create to land this in your body. It takes a lot of energy. So when you are tired and you've had an overwhelming day, you are wanting to resort back to that old way of being. And sometimes it can leave you feeling so unsettled, like you're in a washing machine. You question the whole process. You just want to give up. You want to lie on the floor and you want to, this is my process. I lie on the floor and I surrender, but you want to try and fix, you want to try and control, you're wanting to know the timing. When am I going to feel different? And those are the moments with the tools that you lean in the most. You don't go into fixing, but you hold yourself and you work on nervous system safety the most because you're just feeling unsafe, because you're going in this seesaw. So it's really important that we talk about the behind the scenes of change. It's really unsettling. Old version, new version, you're kind of in the middle between the two. Your body is probably feeling more tense and more anxious. It's trying to keep you safe in the old ways and the old programming. But then you'll get these moments and these glimpses of change and you feel it in your body. And you keep practicing those feelings and emotions. So I've lived my whole life in survival mode. An alcoholic mom, growing up, what that created in my body and the trauma throughout my whole life has been all about survival. Thinking worst case scenario and fighting life. And with the work that I've done on myself, I have more and more, and I'm practicing more and more, get these moments of pure bliss and pure joy and pure, oh my God, this is me now. I don't have to chase. I don't have to earn love. It's this feeling in my body. And when I'm in that, I just milk it. I practice it. But this is just showing me that my body is recalibrating into that frequency. And it's such a yummy feeling. It's that reminder, keep going, keep going, keep going. Even when there's been moments where I've been on the floor and I've said, I can't handle this anymore. This feels so uncomfortable. And then I get moments like that. And if you know, if you've been in survival mode your whole life, you'll know that this is a big thing to feel like you don't have to be on edge in your life, and you can trust the process. It's huge to feel safe in your body. It's magic. So the way we get there is devotion. There are no quick fixes. And yes, sometimes you can quantum leap and you can manifest the things, but to actually be able to keep them in your life, your nervous system has to be attuned and adapted. Otherwise, you'll self-sabotage and you won't be able to hold that. So say, for instance, you're wanting to manifest a beautiful relationship and it comes along and it's so unsettling and unnerving for your body. So you go into self-sabotage mode because your body can't hold it. It feels really unsafe, even though it's everything that you wanted. It's like when people win the lottery and their nervous system hasn't adapted to that new level of money, and they end up blowing all the money because the nervous system can't handle it. So this just shows you the importance of every single day devoting to yourself in the change that you're creating. And it's repetition after repetition after repetition. And start having fun with the journey. Even when you're on the floor and you're questioning everything, to go, this is part of the process. This is old programming leaving. This is just old programming fighting me. I just need to surrender right now. I don't need to fix it. So an example for me was, I was feeling all the feels. It was a couple of weeks ago. Feeling this uneasiness in my body. And I just lay on the floor and opened up my body. Just completely softened and surrendered. Let go. And I could feel my body softening. And then once I did that, then another beautiful song came on. And I got up and I just started moving and shifting my body. I just listened to what my body wanted to do. And then once I did that, I felt great. I was like, okay, I just needed to release it out of my body without questions, without the stories. I'm going through a change and this is uncomfortable. Of course I'm going to feel like this. Someone's just said they're finding it hard to hear me. Is anyone else finding it hard to hear me? Just write down in the comments below if you are. So where was I? So the conclusion to what I am saying, might be a reception. Conclusion to what I'm saying here is, it takes time. Enjoy the journey. The behind the scenes of change are intense. You are very unsettled. You're flipping between different versions of you. It is not comfortable. This is where you double down on loving yourself, creating safety in your environment, regulating your nervous system, connecting with that future version of you, connecting to the feelings. The universe does not respond to what you desire, responds to your frequency. So notice when you are tensing up, when you are gripping, when you are tightening. That's just feedback. Okay, instead of trying to go into fixing mode, trying to reframe it, go into your body. How do I soften? How do I come into receiving mode? How do I trust in my body, soften, and practice this? There's lots of different tools that you can use in those moments where you are questioning life itself. That client I spoke about earlier on, he came in, he was like questioning what's the point and everything. I've tried everything, nothing's changing. I feel yucky inside. To by the end of it, just this expansion, this somatic release, this change is possible. Okay? So normalizing this process. Okay, so when you see all these changes that people are making on Instagram, living their best life, the behind the scenes, it's raw, it's tender, it's vulnerable, it's messy. But you can also have some fun with it. You can be playful. You can just see it for what it is. This is change. This is exciting. Okay, 1 minute I'm lying on the floor. The next I'm dancing and feeling ecstatic. Okay, this is part of the process. Okay? If you have been in this space for a while, or you've been watching my journey and you do need some support, just reach out. Okay, just reach out. There's, you look in my bio, there's so many different ways that you can work with me, from online courses to one-on-one sessions. And change is possible. So please do not give up on yourself. Please do not give up on yourself. Don't give up on the change. Fall in love with the journey of this life. Of this growth, because there's some incredible, exciting, blissful times, and there's so much joy within you. Build that self-trust, get to know your body, lots of different tools, but do not give up on yourself. Believe me when I say this, anything I teach is through the journey I have been on. I've been in some dark places, I've been in some ecstatic places, some places in between, and I'm not the person that I used to be. I'm not the person I used to be. And I'm so grateful for the blessings and the challenges, because that's the only thing that's stretched and changed me. Okay, so share this with someone who perhaps is having a challenging time. Just to remind them that they're not alone. You're not alone. We're all humans. There's no good or bad. So before you come off this, just take an inhale and an exhale. Just come into your body, come into your vessel. Talk to your body. What do you need? Hey, I'm listening. Okay? So I'm sending you lots of love. If you have any questions, please just DM me or comment on the post, because I'm happy to answer questions. I love coming on these lives and just being able to expand on the wisdom and what I've experienced and stories. It's amazing how many it can help other people. So a question that you have, just drop me a message or comment below. I'm happy to answer them, okay? In this life of humanness that we're all going through. Do not give up on yourself. I'm sending you lots and lots of love.